Hi, Audra. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. So tell everybody what we are doing today.
So today we are playing chess while discussing the women in chess controversy. Well, the trans women playing women's chess controversy.
Right. Yes. Yeah. So you sent me a text like what a week or two ago, thinking it would be fun to play chess online and having this conversation. I love the idea of being good at chess. I'm not good at chess. I can beat people who don't know how chess works because I know the rules, but I'm not good. I bought the Modern Chess Moves book after watching Queen's Gambit because it was a really classy looking book in the movie. I'm like, I want to have that. So it's on my shelf. And I have one of those like fancy clocks I can push the button, but really, I am not good at all.
Oh,
So
I
I
don't
have
play that
no
way at all.
expectation I'll win. What was that?
I don't play that way at all. So what's interesting about me is how I play is I like protect my pieces and I wait for my opponent to move and then I try to predict where they're going and what they're doing. And so it's more of a mind game for me. Like I try to get in your head
Isn't
to
that what everyone
see.
like? I thought everyone is supposed to play that way if you're good. Like I'm not. I have no idea what you're doing. I'm just gonna be
Apparently,
like guessing.
apparently, what I have learned is a lot of people memorize the board and memorize like possible moves so
Right.
that way they can like do it that way. And
So they'll
apparently
be
that
like,
could
this
be.
is the bishop's gambit, or I don't even know what a gambit is. Like I know it's a chess
I don't know
thing,
what a
but
gambit is either. I love the game and like yeah, I really love chess. My father started to play with me when I was about 5.
okay.
And I want my daughter to play too. It's something I think is a good game.
When she's 5.
Yeah, I'll probably start.
That's
Yeah.
early. I don't know when I started chess. I don't think I was 5 for sure.
Mm.
Cool. Okay, so we can start our game.
Rematch.
Aha, I got it.
Yay.
All right.
Okay, we're playing. All right. So I guess it's my turn first.
I would just like to point out that you are the oppressor in this chess game because you are the white pieces.
Mm. But see the D4 and the D5, really good plus chess players, they like learn that crap. Like
Yeah, I
really
knew that
learn
you
the
want to
crap
go for
out of
like the
it.
center things and you want to maximize your options. Like I did go through this phase when I wanted to be good and I was like reading all the
Mm.
books and stuff. I just did not end up good.
Mm.
Um,
Mm. Starting
there's
off
like little sound
aggressive.
effects as we push them. What was that?
Starting off aggressive, huh?
Am I? I don't want to be aggressive. I don't identify myself as an aggressive chess player.
Hmm.
So tell us
Okay.
about this controversy while you're thinking. I'm going to make you do two things at once. What's this
Oh, I hate
trans
that.
controversy chess thing?
So basically, this is when I learned that apparently there are, I didn't know this. Apparently there are not trans, sex specific leagues of chess, which I thought was like really, really fascinating
Yeah.
because um for some reason that's a thing. And I was like, that's weird, you know? Like why would you want a sex specific chess league? And
Right.
so I asked the question on Twitter. I was like, hey, like why? And had a whole bunch of the funniest response I think I ever got was that women couldn't handle the physical stress of chess.
Physical
Um,
stress, right? Because it's very taxing to play chess.
yeah, apparently giving having labor for 12 hours is not physically taxing, apparently. Which I did not respond with, of course, because I just chose not to respond for most of these
You
things because
don't
I was like,
say.
yeah, because I'm like, look, if I have nothing nice to say, I'm not going to say
Say
anything at
anything at
all.
all.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. And so I just decided that I was going to, just allow this level of nonsense. Um, what do I want to do here? This is going to
But
be
what you
hard.
did say was you sent me a bunch of stuff because I was working
Yes.
on my video about like sex separated chess at that point, and you sent me all these awesome links, which were so helpful.
Yeah, because I was like, so what I thought was really funny is all these people were like, well, there's this disparity because, the women's are only like this amount of the grandmaster or something. And I was like, but wait a minute, they're 1% of the grandmaster because only 1% of chess players are female. So I'm just gonna play. What the heck? If you beat
Yeah, I
me, you
don't think
beat
this
me.
game's going to be a game of strategy because we're talking and playing at the same time. So I'm
Yeah, I'm having a hard
expecting to
time.
mix
And that
everything
was
up.
something I brought up too, because well, something I actually thought to bring up because a lot of people were like, well, women don't want to play against, women want to play like in a women's league. And I was like, okay, if I'll be real with you, I don't play chess to be social, if that makes any sense.
This
Like
isn't your idea of a night out on the town is playing chess.
no, like literally, if you talk too much and I'm playing, I'm gonna get really angry at you at that point, and it's not gonna be fun.
Are you
Um,
asking me to stop talking so much?
no, I mean we're making a video, so we have to talk, unfortunately. But if this were
Oh.
a normal game, um, I would definitely be, telling you to cut it out.
That is fair. Oh, oh no. Oh, Horsey's gonna go. All right. But
Yeah,
if you
I
take
got
my
tired.
horse, I can take
Yeah, I
your
took your.
horse.
You can
Horse
take
for
my
horse.
horse, but also my horse is protected by. Oh well, never mind. I won't. I'm not helping you.
Well, oh yeah, no, I can't take, but if you take my horse, then I can take your horse with my um pawn. Okay. So we're just gonna I'm gonna have faith that you're not the kind of person who goes after horses like that.
Mm. Ooh, spicy.
I'm
Let's
already
see. I might.
questioning whether that was a good move.
No, actually, that's a pretty damn good move.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Although then I have pick of litter, right? I can take your rook right here, or I can wait until your bishop takes my
You can
rook,
take my
and then I'll
rook.
take your bishop. Oh yeah, look,
Which one's my rook?
right here. Oh, not your rook, your
Oh,
knight.
my horsey. Oh, that was my knight. Wait, where'd
Yeah,
your knight
that's
come from?
right
Oh,
here.
you took my, okay. So we're good. We're good now. Okay. I do not find that behavior acceptable. So
Well,
I'm
I'm
going
sorry.
to have to put an end to that.
Aw, that sucks.
Sorry.
Okay. Well, now I'm gonna threaten your bishop because I feel like it.
Hmm.
I confuse the names. But no, what was really weird to me was all the people telling me, well, like women have issues with spatial, because I was like, okay, well, spatial is really important for math, right? So like do we teach math differently to women? Like, is that what you're proposing? And I didn't really get much of a response from that. And then the funniest part was Ari Drennan, um, who I don't think he, I don't know what to call Ari, um, realizes that like I'm more gender critical, but Ari responded and was like, well, actually, they think I'm so much smarter than you. And I thought about it and I was like, you know what, Ari, you're right. You're absolutely right. They really think that Ari is so much smarter than me, and therefore there's
Is
no
Ari
way
like
that
a
we.
trans person? Like I don't know. I know
Mhm.
you sent me one of I think their texts in my video prep.
Yes. And I think Ari thinks that I want all gender critical people who want their own restrooms want to force trans women in the men's so that way they are hurt. That was the video. So I don't
Okay.
think, but I follow Ari on Twitter, well, X, I guess now, because I like hearing different arguments from people. I like to remain informed
I can't
of
read the
the.
arguments. I don't at all. I post stuff on Twitter. I read happy comments about people on their vacations, and then I get off.
Nice.
Um, mm, I don't like that you did that. I feel like you're
Mm,
planning something.
I am.
Me too. I'm planning to beat you. Just not quite sure how yet. Um, this feels like
Right.
a plan with no strategy.
I mean, that's how I go. Oh, you checked me.
Yeah,
See?
check
Good for
yourself.
you. That
Hmm.
was easy.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I
yeah,
can
no,
can
I thought
castle.
it was really bizarre. You know what? I forgot how to castle, to be real with
You can
you.
castle.
So how do I do it?
You move the king over two spaces and then the tower flips with you. But you can only do it if you haven't yet moved the king or the tower and if the things in between are gone.
Hmm.
It's one of those rules, like I don't know why it's a rule of chess, but it's so a rule of chess.
Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna castle. There we go. But yeah, no, I thought it was really weird to me that all these people just assumed that women can't play chess against men. And I was like, this is weird. So really weird. I also think it's weird, and I know a lot of people are gonna hate me, but I think it's weird to call chess a sport, if I'm being honest. Like my husband's a semi-pro, an ex-semi-pro offensive lineman, and when I think of sports, I think of blood, sweat, tears, balls being thrown,
Uh-huh.
people getting hit, um, you
Yeah, I mean,
know,
I use the word sport to mean like athletics, so I wouldn't call it a sport. Unlike chess boxing, which is absolutely a sport.
chess boxing.
Chess boxing, yeah.
What is that?
It's like a decathlon like thing, right? You do multiple things. So it's part chess and part boxing.
Why?
I know. Okay.
That must be a Canadian thing.
No, well maybe. I don't know where it was invented, but it's a real thing. I definitely read about it on a BuzzFeed article once, and then somebody was commenting about it recently
All right, you
in
got
uh
four
in one of
minutes.
my chains. Oh, what? Oh, there's a time limit? Oh
Yes.
gosh. Oh, okay. This isn't good.
Okay. Damn. Now I have to make a decision. I didn't want you to run out of time.
I appreciate
Um,
you telling me. I didn't know there was a time limit.
hmm. You know what? I think no. Oh wait, no. I can do that. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do.
Nope. Denied.
Aw. Hmm. You know what? We're actually pretty evenly matched, if I'm
Are
being
we?
real with you. Yeah, look it. You
Hmm.
have a rook. Now I remember what a rook is, a queen, a bishop, and a king. And I have two rooks, a bishop, and a queen. So we're pretty even, I would
I'm
say.
glad. I'm glad that we're each holding our own here. Wait, did you get
Hopefully,
both of my horses?
yes,
When did you take the second one?
right over here. Well, you can't see me pointing.
Oh,
Right
like
over here.
the recording thing? Yeah, okay. That's yeah.
Um, hmm.
Is there a water spot on my shirt? I spilled water like twice before. No, it's dry. That's lovely.
You know what? I figured when I was getting ready tonight for tonight's talk, I was like, you know what? I'm a mom, and also it's 90 degrees in Ohio today. So um, hopefully my makeup doesn't slide off my face.
Do you not have
That's
air
the goal here.
conditioning?
I do. I have window units.
Okay.
So
So you
um,
have something. That's good.
I have something.
Yeah, it's also really hot here, and our air conditioner has a hard time keeping up. So I drove it down really cold in the night to 19 because I have no idea what 90 means, but 19 for us, which is like pretty cold,
Oh, yeah. I don't know what 19 means either. No.
right? People say things like 90. I'm like, that's very hot. That's close to boiling as far as I'm concerned.
What do I want to do here? I don't know. What do I want to do? I mean,
I don't like that you have one more piece than me. I'm
there we
not
go.
really here for that plan.
I mean, I think I probably would have beaten you already if I don't know. We'll see. We'll see who
If
wins.
what?
If I wasn't talking. See, that's why I
Uh-huh.
don't like talking. And people are like, no, man, the women's folk, they like to socialize. I'm like, on someone else's time, not mine. I want to slaughter you. I was that person in Monopoly, you know that person
Hmm.
where like I want to play until you cry. That type of
That's
person.
nice of you.
Yeah, no, I'm vicious.
I'll be competitive at some games. Like I will absolutely be competitive at like Settlers of Catan or some of those like good games. But
Settlers of Catan. So cool. We could have like a whole series of board games. That would be
Audra and
awesome.
Julia play games. I love it.
Well, you know what's crazy? So after our last talk, like I realized, oh wow, you're a person, and we started really chatting about like, I don't like how that you did that.
Yeah, we should talk about that a bit. Like how did our friendship start? You had that tweet about Chris Tyson, and then I made a video about your tweet, and then you didn't
And
block
then
me.
I almost blocked you.
You
I thought
almost
about
blocked
it
me.
really hard. And then I was like, you know, and then yeah, and then we just started chatting. And I think honestly, I really connected with you about the fact that you're a parent.
Okay.
That was like, I was like, oh, that's why Julie's doing this. That's why Julie is concerned about this. You have a daughter, and you care about her and her safety and
It
well-being.
changes the
And
perspective, right? Like I was talking about that with someone recently, how, you know, it's so hard to put yourselves in someone else's place in a context that you don't experience. And sure, I'm trans and I get that side of it. And I have those perspectives and those feelings, but I also have a 17-year-old kid. And so at that point too, it's like she is in school. She's in a place right now where so many kids are latching onto this identity. And I'm like, what if she did that? Like, what if, would that be right for her? Well, I'm not convinced that it would be, given how feminine I know she is. And it definitely was something that helped me to get my thoughts together around this space.
oh yeah, because like you're not living for yourself anymore. You're living for your kids.
Oh,
And
exactly.
like and like a lot of people they don't understand that.
I
Um
didn't understand that until I had a kid.
yeah. Yeah, I love my daughter. Um I really do. But yeah, no, in closing, I don't really understand why the chess games are divided by sex. I did learn something really interesting. I learned that apparently women play differently when they play against men. So in other words, like they're more intimidated, so they play differently. I was like, well, how is like, and I should have responded to him, but I almost said, how is playing only against women? How is that going to help with that? I mean, if anything, you need to be playing against men more and more and more, so that way you develop a tolerance for that level of stress, right? You know? So,
But why is it
like,
more stressful to begin with?
um, I think not to go on a huge biology rant, but basically, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna go on a huge biology rant because we have time, right? So humans are primates. Let's start with something really basic. So essentially, we're like related to lowland gorillas, we're related to chimpanzees, we're related to all different kinds of animals. And basically, when you show female female monkeys, essentially they try to be more cooperative towards men. So like I gotta choose this move real quick.
Oh, the
Okay.
clock, right. Oh yeah, I forgot about the clock.
But yeah, so basically what they did is they did an experiment on women where they showed women the micro expressions of an aggressive man. And what they found was that a woman is more likely to respond with a smile. In other words, she's trying to calm him down. She's trying to make him happy. A man is more likely to respond with an aggressive face, like a snarl back. And I think it just goes back to our basic biology, to be honest. Because, you know, what in the animal kingdom, like if I'm a lowland gorilla, like a male lowland gorilla, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take your woman. Well, first I'm gonna kill all your children, right? And then I'm gonna kidnap your females that you have. And then I'm gonna mate with them, and then I'm gonna raise their children.
You've really
They're
thought
gonna
this
raise
out,
my
haven't
children.
you?
Yeah, no, I really have. And so I think it goes back to just this basic biology where like women try to be more cooperative towards men. But the cool part about that is I think that can be overridden, you know? Oh crap, that was a shit move.
Oh, I can get your queen. Oh my God. Okay. I should do that, right? That's a good move. Yeah, that's a good move.
Yes, take it.
Okay.
And now I'm gonna take your boop. Let him do that to you.
That was rude.
Yeah,
Now I can take your bloop.
I
That's a
would
good move,
take,
right? Yeah, that's a
yes.
good
And
move.
now you checked me.
I
And
did.
now I
Oh,
gotta go back
yes.
here.
Okay. Excellent.
Have you ever checked anyone before?
Oh yes, I have won at chess before, just not
Okay,
recently.
well, you can win.
Right now?
Oh, why did you do
Was that a bad move?
that?
Or was that a good move?
Move your queen over to the left.
It's not my turn though.
Move your queen over.
Because then you'll be in check.
Over to the left.
To the left, but to the right.
Yes.
Oh, we're looking at the opposite.
Boom. Okay, I don't think I can win after this. Apparently I can. Okay, I can't move there. I can't move there. Oh, you won.
Have I? It didn't say it though. Oh, there it is. That was so fun.
Yes, it was.
I
Yay.
guess we know who's better at chess.
Oh no, we're playing again.
Okay, oh, there's the button. Let me click it again.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So, but no, I thought about it more. And so yeah, I think in general, like it just goes back to 10,000 years worth of human evolution. Which is why sex recognition is better in women than men, because the best way to avoid like your children getting murdered is just this. Oh,
You still there? You're frozen.
best
Sad face.
players.
Oh, you're back. Hello.
Oh,
I had lost you.
yeah.
Welcome back.
Oh, darn it. Okay. Well, we're back. What was
You were
I
talking
saying?
about, I don't know, something about biology and stuff. And like,
Yes.
I guess here's my thing. Like, I hear what you're saying. Is it my turn or is it your turn? It's my turn, right? No, it's your turn. It's your turn. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like, I
It's
hear
your
what you're
turn.
saying. It is my turn. Oh, okay. No, it's your turn. But now it's my turn. Okay, it's my turn. I don't like that you did that.
Well, you're not gonna like a lot of things.
Okay. That's probably true. Like, I hear what you're saying. And I guess I feel like trends and averages, between whether we're looking at sexes or races or whatever, like they're useful, but I also feel like they get overstated, right? Because you get that case where the variance can be wide and highly overlapping, and then people will, make those generalizations, which I feel like we forget that so often because we dive into these women are like this and men are like this. And for me, that was a huge thing growing up, right? Because it's like I was like the girls in so many ways, especially all the ways that involve like athletics and sports and stuff at school, because I was horrible at all of them and I didn't enjoy them. And my friends were the girls. And then I'd be stuck in the boys' gym class. And I'm like, I'm not a threat in competition. I'm horrible at all of this. Like, I'm not some athlete. I'm just here because I have to be. And, when it comes to like the sports thing, yeah, professional level, a whole different story, of course. But, you know, Jason in grade 9 gym, I don't know. I don't know why I brought up the sports competition, but it was on my mind. Probably because I'm working
No,
on a video series on that right now.
well, and we're more than just animals, right? Like we are. Um, but we still are animals. And I think that people like forget that every now and again.
Totally.
There you go. I was
Was that a good
waiting.
move?
Ah, I was
I just
hoping
wanted
it'd
to
be
make this
something
little
else.
pattern. I wanted to make my little guys like move up, in a formation.
Mm, maybe I'll do the same thing. But yeah, no, I think, like I said, I want to play against the best players, right? And,
And
you
yet you
know,
chose me.
oh, but that's what I was going to say too. So I feel like, not to like knock feminists every now and again, but sense this pattern of where they'll say, okay, well, there's not enough women participating in X. So we're going to make a women's only league. And then when the women still don't participate for whatever reason, they may not enjoy the sport. They may find it very boring, et cetera, et cetera. What ends up happening is then they turn around and they blame misogyny. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, I'm not necessarily sure that misogyny is the reason why women don't play chess. I think I've talked to a lot of women, they find the sport boring. They find this game very boring. Especially, and I'm like, okay, you know, just like I come from a family, my aunts are engineers. What did you take? Oh, you didn't take anything
I didn't
important.
take anything.
That's okay. Didn't take anything important. But no, I come from a family of engineers, and it's just that's not female engineers, and that's just not a common thing, in the field. And damn, you really trapped my horsey. Oh, you checked me, you jerk. Okay.
Yeah, I did. I definitely knew that I was doing that.
No, you didn't. That's
Absolutely.
okay. But no, I don't necessarily think it's misogyny as to why there aren't more women engineers. I think some people find math boring, very,
Well,
very boring.
like I agree with you for the most part because that way of thinking is critical social justice, right? The whole looking at a system and saying if the outcome isn't equal, then that must be a systematic problem, which it can be sometimes. I'm not saying they don't exist, but there could be a lot of other explanations too. And just because there's a difference doesn't mean we have to worry about it. If less women are playing chess, the question I would want to know is, are they told they're not allowed to? Are they wanting to and they're being blocked? Or as you said, are they not wanting to? At which point, it's a really interesting science question. Why don't they want to? It could be sociological, or it could be physiological, or it could be who knows. And I want to know the answer because I love knowing stuff, but it's not necessarily something we have to worry about.
Yeah, no, and I don't worry about things, very much either. If I'm being honest, I just think people need to live like a decent life. But yeah, no, I was shocked to find that there were men and women's chess leagues. And I even had somebody say, well, the women's chess master is 1,000 points lower than the men. And I was like, okay, well, maybe, I know this sounds crazy, but what if I told you that if you play against people who are better than you become better at a sport over time, right? So like, that's why I said I want to play against the best. And look, I'm
Right.
already thinking 2 moves ahead, which I'm not sure if you can tell what I'm gonna do yet. Oh, look at you got it. Look
Is that what I
at
was
you.
supposed to do to fall into your trap?
Yes, to prevent me from taking your, I think that's called a bishop.
Oh, so like I did the right thing to save myself then.
Yes.
Got it.
I was gonna take my bishop and take your bishop. And then I was gonna hopefully lure your knight into taking my bishop out of anger, and then I was going to take your knight with my pawn.
I'm noticing
So
that you think very little of me and my chess skill.
no, it's strategy. Like that's all it is. You're so silly. Don't take it
I
so
I
very
don't think
silly.
highly of my chess skill, so I'm not offended. I don't get offended by many things though.
Oh
Ooh, did you
crap.
take something? Oh, you said, oh
You
crap. That
know?
means there's something here I can do. I can eat you, but is there any reason not to eat you? There's no reason not to eat you. I can just eat you,
Yep.
right?
Yep, I fucked up. Damn it. Yeah, no, and maybe that's part of the reason why women and men have separate leagues, because women are talkative, right? So I'll say things like, damn it, where I should have a poker face and be like,
Right.
no,
If you hadn't said
everything's
that,
fine.
I would have been like, yeah,
Yeah,
you're trying to make me think I could take your piece. I would have been very, very suspicious of that.
of course, where I messed up. That's fine. What am I gonna do? I think I'm gonna take your pawn.
My pawn. Which
Yeah, because I'm
that
mad.
I like we can get help for your anger issues. It's okay.
Speaking of anger issues, I made the manosphere very unhappy today.
I just was about to take my own horsey with my queen. There's no reason to do that though. The manosphere, what is that?
So apparently there's a bunch of red pill bros who run around sleeping with women and calling other women whores and
I
saying
don't know
that
what a
they're,
red pill bro is. Like I am not in this culture.
well, apparently they call themselves conservative, but the
Okay.
crazy part is they don't believe in redemption through Jesus. So like if you're like a hooker or something, apparently you're just ran through and like you're a garbage person
I mean,
because all men want virgins.
like
Okay.
you don't have to be like a Christian though to be conservative.
That's true. That's very true. But I did have one guy quote the literal Bible at me and told me that the reason why something about like having multiple wives or whatever, that all the men in the Bible had like multiple wives, like King David and stuff. I was like thinking to myself, yeah, because King David had a lot of money. But you know, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so that was a really interesting conversation today. Um, kind of weird. But yeah, no, in closing, I don't know if I really do think that these separate chess leagues are an old relic of women are too stupid and we have smaller brains. And so we need our own chess league because we're stupid. Like that's literally what I think. In my that's just my humble opinion. It's very suspicious to me that like a game that's intellectual and involves skill and cunning and you know and being able to predict moves, that you're arguing that you need that women are too essentially too stupid to like play against the men.
Well, and
um
that's the thing, right? Like when I was working on my video on this topic, it was like I compared it to the sports stuff in some cases because there's certain ways that it's similar, but it's like okay, except that sports is physiology. Like there is something there that's provable, and brains are physiology too. There could be an argument that men or women on average are better at certain things, but I know that that's so much more disputed whether that's true. No one's disputing whether men tend to be the best swimmers or the fastest runners. Like that's very clear. At least I hope no one's disputing that. There's probably somebody who's disputing that.
I'm sure Ari Drennan's disputing it. Speaking of which,
Oh, I can take your horsey. I can take your horsey.
I'm really not bringing my A game today.
It's okay.
That's
I don't have
okay.
an A game either. Mm, I will accept that sacrifice.
Yeah, no, it was a good one. Honestly, you could have taken my horse either way. I think that's why I moved it. So good
Yeah,
job
but
on you
I was trying to take your
trapping it.
horse over here, but then when you moved it, I thought you caught on to my plan. But then I had a different plan apparently. So I'm feeling really good right now.
Yeah, no, when I was in my good game, I could think 4 moves ahead. So
But how does one do that? Because like you don't know what the other person's gonna do. And I guess if they're like a pro, they probably are predictable because
you
they
predict
follow
it.
like patterns. But I mean, like
You
I hope
predict it
I'm
just
not
like
predictable.
everyone is. Because
I'm
the
gonna
board
start like
only
parry to the
has
left, parry to the right, just to throw you off here, get you off your game.
because the board has certain you know, things that there's only a certain number of moves that are in fact you're able to make.
But you can't enumerate them all yourself because there's so many moves still. Like,
Mhm.
oh, you can't tell me you can enumerate them. A computer hasn't done that yet. Like they haven't computationally solved chess.
Well, what's interesting is that the really good chess players, they have literally all the moves possible memorized.
No, because
So
you can't computationally solve the entire game.
I think they made a computer, and this guy ended up beating the computer.
But even computers, they don't solve the whole thing for combinations. They use probability, right? It's the whole like this is the best move because statistically speaking, it gives me the best options, and then this is the next
If I'm
best move,
being
and
real with
like
you,
that.
I don't know what you're saying. I don't understand what you're talking about. So I'm just going to freely admit that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Would you like this podcast chat to divert to talk about computer science? Does that
No,
feel exciting to you? Well, then let's just move
no,
on.
I hate computer science. I think it's boring. Um, it's just why I'm not a computer scientist. Um,
That is fair.
but I digress. Yeah, no, I can't afford to lose any more pieces. So I'm gonna move that over there. But yeah, no, I just what was I gonna say? Yeah, I love the game so much. I love chess, and I have a lot of respect for the game, and um I just you know, that's it. That's all I got. Are you gonna
That
win?
is beautiful. Am I gonna win?
Are
Is
you,
there a Winnie
are you
pass
gonna
in
make a
front of
move?
me?
Because you only got a minute and 44 seconds left.
Oh, I didn't know there was a
And I'm
clock
not
down
being
there.
nice to you this time. I
Were you being
reminded you
nice to me
last
last
time.
time? Oh, that thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was mighty neighborly of you.
Hmm.
I want to turn off the clock. Maybe we can make it go away.
Maybe. I don't know. Darn it. That's a good move.
I know, right?
It's gonna take your
That's what
stupid
happens when I have no
bishop.
time.
Maybe you work better under pressure.
Oh, I definitely work. I do everything under pressure. I don't know how to work not under pressure.
Hmm. But yeah, no, I think oh, what'd you do? Good. Finally chill out so I can do that. Been waiting to do that and you keep annoying me with your other stuffs. Okay. Bye.
Wait, what did you eat?
Hate your bishop.
Oh no. How dare you?
Hmm. What do I want to do here? I
You
could
could
take
eat my
your horsey.
horsey.
I
You could
know.
take my horsey.
Yeah, but you can take my bishop with your other horsey.
I just realized a different strategy I could be playing here, which will be asking you the interesting questions every time it's your turn and your clock is going. A
Mm,
trans woman.
no.
Oh yeah, there's no discussion for you on that one. Uh,
Um,
um,
I think honestly, saying trans women are women, I don't know if that makes I don't think that makes much sense, if I'm being brutally honest. Um, because honestly, it just to me comes sort of back to this. Did I ever discuss with you Gnosticism?
I know what Gnosticism is from my theology days.
Okay. Um, my so the Catholic Church put out this really interesting thing where basically what they said was that saying trans women are women and that somebody's soul can be trapped in the wrong body and etc., that this was a Gnostic dualistic belief, that the soul can be separate from the body.
Okay,
And Catholics believe the soul and the body are one, you know.
but
So
from a theologically perspective, if you're going to go that way, then you do have a problem when you have like the whole soul trapped in body thing. Sure, I mean, and that's a weird way to put it. But if you look at like people with the weird intersex conditions where they can have both, like that is an imperfection on the body, right? And like if you look at the whole like original sin idea and where that comes from, fair enough. Like you can explain away why that's occurred, but you're still going to have to face the fact then that the body cannot be a representation of the body of Christ.
well, so ooh. Oh, I
Oh
won
no.
this time.
Oh, you got me talking again.
Haha, I won. Okay. Well, I think, how do I explain this? So people get really confused about intersex disorders. So if you have a moment, I would be more than happy to discuss that with you.
I feel like the singular person who is still watching this video by this point would love to know about intersex disorders.
Okay. So basically, what an intersex disorder is, like in its rawest form, is just basically, so you have an XX chromosome or you have an XY chromosome, right? They come in two forms. And for some reason, the body doesn't form correctly. So like with androgen insensitivity syndrome, you have a man who, along the developmental pathway, you have, the vaginal lips and the clitoris. Okay, well, what looks like the vaginal lips and what looks like the clitoris. And what happens is your body, with exposure to testosterone in the womb, the lips form a sac, okay? And the clitoris grows into a penis. And then the gonads that are inside of you drop. And for some reason, in people with androgen insensitivity syndrome, their body does not respond to androgens. So in other words, like your body's getting exposed to all this testosterone in the womb, but unfortunately, your body isn't responding to it. And so what they end up having is they end up having something that looks somewhat like a vaginal canal, but they have no canal. So you have to tell them eventually. In fact, that's how the first vaginoplasty came into being. So what they wanted to do is they had these people who were like this, and they were like, you know what? They look enough like a woman. I'm going to try to do our best here to give them something to work with. So what they would do is they drill the hole, right, in between the two flaps, and then boom, you have a vaginal canal. And because their body is insensitive to androgens, they'll form breasts. They'll form like all of these female parts. But the problem is they don't have ovaries. They don't have any of that other stuff. So you have to tell them eventually. But a lot of people discover this during like just normal, like sometimes, unfortunately, people discover it like when they try to have sex and there's no canal. So there's nowhere to put a penis. No nice way to say that. But yeah, there's a ton of these disorders all over the place. And that's what they are. They're disorders.
Oh, totally.
And what I don't like about the conversation around intersex, not to I couldn't find a nicer example. So please forgive me. But to say that intersex means that sex is a spectrum is like saying that when someone has Down syndrome, then that means that there are different species of people. That's not true. People who have Down syndrome are people who have, unfortunately, I think it might be an extra chromosome, or one of the chromosomes is missing, and it isn't quite fully.
I think Down syndrome is trisomy 17, if I remember correctly. Let's see.
Yeah, Google it, because I'm working off my pure memory from my
Trisomy 21. It's 21.
Yeah. And so that's what I don't like about the conversations around intersex disorders is people are like, well, what about intersex? And I'm like, well, what about it?
I mean, I agree with you that it comes up in a lot of places where it's irrelevant. Like in this case, I was bringing it up only because of the religious side of it. Because if you're going to argue religiously, that's like, okay, well, at that point, looking at, the ways that we have physiology that develops not according to the male or female phenotype is relevant. But yeah, it doesn't mean that they're not chromosomally male or
they're
female.
Actually, right. They're actually male or female. And
exactly.
And what they do is they have a list of qualifications basically, and they go through and check to see which person they fall into.
But there is one place where I think that the intersex conversation I think it's good sometimes simply not, when people try to argue it to prove something in particular, no. But it does remind us that physiological abnormalities do occur. When it comes to this whole idea of why am I gender dysphoric, right? Who knows? There's so many possible explanations, so many possible answers. We're working on that. But, to the extent that we believe that brains, male and female brains, are dimorphic, there is the possibility of abnormal development that can occur. To the extent for which they are not physiologically dimorphic, well, then it's all in our head anyways, right? And so it's kind of like no matter which side of that spectrum you land on, it can at least inform some of the possibilities, but that's not an answer. That's just this is a space that we should remember how much we don't know about the brain.
Yeah, I'll be real with you. Gender dysphoria really like confuses me because
Yeah.
it almost, so when I was going through the DSM, it almost reminds me of body dysmorphic disorder in a way, because well, just the obsession with specific body pieces, the deep unhappiness with certain body pieces, and then what I what a lot of what I noticed is that it's never enough, right? Like I've seen people where, they get facial feminization surgery and then, it's not enough. And then they get more surgery and then they get more surgery and then they get more surgery. And I was like, this is kind of behaving like body dysmorphic disorder, but I don't know how to properly, address it. And then there's other parts of me where I read this really interesting study where basically this person had a brain injury. So like, I love brain injury studies. They're like fascinating. Basically what happens is somebody gets an injury and then we learn, okay, well, this part of the brain controls these certain things. But anyway, there's a part of the brain that's called body mapping, and it lets you map your entire body. And this says, I'm my hand and these are my hands, right? And apparently this person, part of the body, this part of this brain got damaged. And next thing you know, they were like, you know what, this isn't my hand. And I feel very strange about it. And I want it off. I want it cut off. And people were like, no, I'm not going to cut your hand off. Like, no, we're going to get you counseling. He's like, you don't understand. Like the hand doesn't feel like my hand. It feels like a ghost hand. And I don't like it. And I want it removed. And I hear a lot of people with gender dysphoria talking about that, especially around their genitals. Like, I don't want this penis here. This penis feels very strange. I don't want it here, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And like, I would just, but unfortunately, even like some of the studies surrounding, oh, damn it, your strategy's working.
I was hoping that you were going to not notice and you were just going to like lose everything.
But oh, you're mean. Anyway, but like, so I just I don't know what it is. I don't know what gender dysphoria is, to be brutally honest with you. But I think that, like I talked to you about it before, I think the sex stereotypes are kind of like almost not relevant anymore in like, yeah, they're just not, I don't think that I don't understand that piece of it at all. Especially the piece about misgendering, that I don't understand. I don't understand why people get so upset about it. I don't
But
understand that part.
like there's so many things I want to comment on that because it touches on like so many of the conversations, because you and I of course talk all the time like on the phone and have these chats, which is lovely. But like the misgendering thing, I think it's a few things. I think it can be sometimes because you're in denial, right? You've decided to pretend you're something you're not. And so things that remind you of that make you sad. And that makes sense to me. I've been there. Like that was me at one point. So I can empathize with that. Other times it's because sometimes people are misgendering you to be an asshole, and that doesn't feel good, right? Like I don't care if somebody's doing it by mistake. I also don't care if someone does it as a principle. They're like, this is what I do. This is like, okay, I may not agree with you, but like whatever, I'm cool with it. But
When I actually started misgendering, so I started misgendering when at first I thought I was being polite, right? Like I'm just using everybody's pronouns, blah, 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 and I'm being polite. But over time, it became like I was listening to people talk and say, well, actually, I've been on these hormones for this many years, and therefore, like, I'm actually female. And I was like, whoa, that's like a really dangerous set of beliefs you got there, right? Because if you go into the emergency room, okay, and they give you a heart scan to try to detect a heart attack, a man's heart is different from a woman's heart. So like you're gonna die, right? And so when I started seeing some of that stuff go on, and I started noticing it didn't become about like the it wasn't about being polite anymore. It was almost like political speech. It was political speech. And I also did not want to, I was really mild with you the last time I said this, but I just did not want to hurt anybody by contributing more and more and helping this person get deeper and deeper in delusion, right? Because clearly, if you're taking hormones and you think that that has changed your sex, you're at a level, right, where I'm like, ooh, I don't know, man. Like, I think you need like help, like, you know.
And
Um,
I know we've talked about this a few times and stuff, but like I hear you. And I don't really know what you call me now because you've gone back and forth. I know that you called me
I
he at one
know.
point, then you called me she, then you asked me. Now you waved your hand there this time. So are you calling me he or she today?
No, I don't know. It depends on what flies out of my mouth.
It's fair. I'm here for it. Oh, you moved your
Yeah,
horse. But I've met some people who take that stance because, as you said, they don't want to perpetuate somebody's, kind of hallucinations, not the right word, but they're non-reality. But then they'll
right.
look at someone like me and be like, but I actually don't care because that isn't a concern because I'm not like I hear what you're saying about people thinking that they're actually female when they're not is concerning. Like on one of my early videos, I remember someone posted that question. I made a comment about the fact that I accept I'm biologically male, and they're like, but you've been on hormones for 5 years, you've had bottom surgery, like how are you not female? And I'm kind of like, well, a lot of ways I'm not female, but it's like, yeah, I'm on estrogen. There are differences because of that, but that difference is not changing my biological sex. So we don't
And
want to pretend that that's the case.
I think the truth is that I think I mix them, well, partially because I don't care, right? Because like I know that the rad femmes will also get extremely angry with me for calling you she, right? So no matter which pronoun I use for a trans person, it's political speech now at this point. So
Accurate.
I'm just talking, right? And I'm like, I don't care. I'm
But when
just gonna
someone
talk.
gets angry at you for what you choose to do for someone else, that to me is a sign of
I'm in a cult.
coercive control,
I'm in a
right? Like,
cult.
yeah,
I'm in a cult. And that's part of the reason why I started kind of distancing myself from the rad femmes a little bit. Because I was like, you know, I I don't like the trans cult and I don't want to get in another cult. You know what I mean? Like
right.
my Lord and Savior is Jesus. And I've actually been kind of getting away from honestly the whole trans thing to begin with. I've been kind of moving away from that and focusing more on like, I don't know, how to live a good life. I think people need that right now. So I've been doing like cheap mama Sundays, believe it or not, where I give like advice on how to like, you know, uh, save money and like provide your children with good things.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. And then I make commentary on like, I think marriage and things like that. And, I've been kind of pivoting a little bit. Just a little bit. Um, because yeah,
Which is good.
I think this trans thing, I think it's gonna moderate. I really do. Like I talked to a lot of friends. I think we're gonna reach a nice happy middle ground where we're not insane anymore. Like I'm
They all
hoping.
they all do over time. I think this is going to be a rough year still. Like I don't think it's going to happen now, but yeah, they always do over time.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause it's only for so long. Oh, you did that to me again. You
And you don't want to be
mean
a one-trick pony.
no, no, I have so much more to offer than just that. Um uh but yeah, no, even my father who talked to me, he's like, don't you want to write about something else? And I was like, you know what? Yeah, like, you know what else we need to talk about? Practical solutions to like global warming. Like, if global warming's still a thing, I don't know. But like, I don't know. I think we're made to be good stewards of the earth. So, you know, talking about that, talking about like parenting, and then apparently they're gonna try to make us mask again. I've been watching COVIDian Twitter, and they're getting very excited about
Oh, 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 oh no, I did the wrong thing.
so you're so funny.
Oh, I did a thing, but wait, I can take your queen. I don't know if
Oh,
I could
that
have done that last turn
hurts.
or not, but now I could do it. So I'm
That
gonna
hurts.
go
But
for
oh
it.
wait.
I don't care if
Boom.
you take my tower, I got your queen.
That's true. Damn it. But yeah, nah, I think writing about other things. But yeah, no, apparently they're gonna try. COVID is back, apparently, after 3 years. Um,
Love it. No, I'm so done with it.
Me too. I want my daughter to have a normal life, a normal upbringing, and I'm planning a really nice birthday party for my daughter. I'm gonna take her to like this cute little gym. It's
Oh, that's
adorable.
lovely.
And they have a birthday leader, and they do stretches and dances and singing and stuff.
Okay,
And I'm really, really excited about it. And I just want her to live a good life. And I'm also doing this like play and pray group at my church where I'm meeting other moms with hopefully with young kids, and like we can do like mom play dates where our kids play and then like, drink coffee and like chat and enjoy each
fun.
other. Yes. So I guess I
So
don't
you're
know.
enjoying it.
I've been through a real
Oh,
transform. I
I
got you.
just I meant to set it down when the space was on, and I. Okay, well, that's fine. I need to go to bed anyway. We're just gonna end this.
No, see, I hate it when people do that.
Do it.
No, we're not
No,
gonna
I'm not.
end it.
No, no, no. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna
Oh,
like
okay.
I'm still gonna play as good as I can. Um, I just apparently am also going to
Suck.
give up my queen that way.
I'm just
So
kidding.
the sex sure we'll go with that.
Oh, but nah. Yeah. But it's interesting how many people were at my wedding, and that now that I've been getting deeper into my Catholic faith, like, I don't know. I'm just like being more, I guess, choosy is the right word.
Yep,
But who
that
I
makes
want to
sense.
surround myself with, and you know, you don't have to be Catholic per se, but you know, um, hmm. Oh, there we go. Rawr. I'm gonna take your little rook. I actually practiced really hard for this.
Did you?
Yeah, I downloaded a chess app on my phone.
Oh wow,
I
look
was
at you go.
because I
I
was
have
gonna prove
not. So yeah,
I was gonna prove to people. I was like, yeah, you can actually beat, somebody who's a man, well, at like chess.
I mean, you
Um,
do realize that overlapping circle still, they right? The overlapping variants, beating a man wouldn't establish anything. Although some people are going to say I'm not a man, just going to put that out there.
yeah, yeah, you're right. Doesn't really prove much, does it? Especially with anecdotal evidence and all that crap. But no, I'm really happy for you in the National Post. I've been reading your stuff. Um,
Oh
and
yeah, I've been having a good time. Oh,
apparently Black won, so you won. Play one more game to be rated.
that was fun. But yeah, I have
Yeah.
another piece with National Post coming out tomorrow, so that will be exciting.
Yeah.
Well, this has been fun. We played 3 games and we didn't actually finish a single one. It was always the 10-minute timer that got us, but I won 2 of them and you won one of them. So either I am the superior chess player, which nobody believes, or you were more distractible during the game. This has
That's
been
very much
fun.
true.
Let's do it again sometime.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at AudraF637. I talk about a lot of things, not just trans issues. So
You're
I'm
not a
a
one-trick pony.
nope. So
Cool. Well, this has been fun. I'll talk to you again soon.